Is everyone going?
Yeah.
Cool.
God, I hope so.
Sweet. Wow. Yeah. So, how you two been? You've been alright?
Yeah, hanging in there. It's currently raining snow outside, which is really weird.
Taylor, that's not a thing.
Raining.
What does it mean to rain
I
snow?
I kid you not. So it's rain, but it's like frozen and fat, so it looks like snow.
Hail?
Sleep.
No. It is raining snow.
That's hail, isn't it?
Taylor,
That is
Taylor,
hail.
I promise that there's a
No.
scientific name for it. I
No,
promise.
because it's like okay, it's not frozen. It's like okay, it's wet like rain, but it's fat and white, so it looks like snow.
Isn't
but it's
that
coming
sleep?
down.
Yeah.
But it is coming down at the consistency of rain.
Cool.
I promise it's raining snow.
Sure.
It's not, but that's okay.
We'll move on from that one.
Fat and white. Got it.
Jeez.
Next.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
category.
Exactly. Anyway, Sarah, it's lovely to finally speak to you.
Yeah.
I know. I've heard so much about you guys.
Uh-oh.
Good things.
Yeah, nothing good. Nothing good.
Oh,
Nothing
cool.
good. No, nothing.
That's the way
Nothing
it should
good.
be. That's the way it should be.
But I imagine you haven't heard anything good about me either, so it's fine.
Oh, well, you know, I've tried to keep I try to keep up to date with what Taylor's doing, you know, by watching. That sounds weird, doesn't it? But like,
Yeah, it does.
but no, I do.
Just,
Wow, we're
checking up
gonna
on
jump
me.
right into that.
No, not checking up on you. Just more like,
Yeah,
just
checking up on
interested.
you.
I'm not checking up on him. I can't. If Stu's done it wrong, what can I do
All right,
about
Dad.
it? Like, I can't exactly fly over to
Yeah.
his house. So, anyway, I've been watching.
Harry, please, I'm begging you, fly over to my house.
You literally can't right now.
No, no, I can't.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, no, but
Taylor, I didn't know you had parents in the UK.
yeah, I didn't tell you about them. Yeah, this mom
No,
and dad.
oh my gosh. Good to
Yeah.
know. Hi, nice to meet you guys. I hope you like me.
wow, I don't know what to say. Anyway,
That's
so-
okay. You're gonna find yourself in a lot of moments
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
I promise.
yeah. There we go.
There it is again.
Oh, this is gonna be a disaster.
Anyway,
Oh,
yeah, been
yes.
watching, you know, Taylor's vlogs and stuff, and tuning in every
Why?
so often. So
What?
Every so
shut up.
often.
No one asked you.
yeah, Sarah, didn't you go back and watch all of his old vlogs as well?
I did. Oh, ooh, yeah. Are we really gonna talk about that?
I mean,
No, we are not.
How bad were
Absolutely
they? On
not.
a scale of 1 to 10, how bad were they?
I can only go to 10.
Yeah, yeah,
I hate you.
We're gonna go with a solid 10.
yeah. That's fair.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. That was like one of the most fun I've had in a while, and I was alone.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
I would highly, highly recommend typing in Coastal Studios 2014 on your
Ooh.
YouTube channel.
Harry-
Immediately.
Harry, do not listen to a word Sarah says this entire podcast.
I've
Listen
seen,
to every
I've seen them
word that I
myself.
say.
You know, so.
What would you vote then? 10?
Oh yeah, definitely. Another cringy moment is Taylor's debut on the Coaster Kids channel.
Aww.
That is awful.
Wait,
that was
what?
bad.
Oh.
I
yeah, that
really
one's
hated
bad.
it. It was.
Wait,
it's
hold on,
terrible.
hold on. I gotta write this down.
Yeah, just put. Is it like Coaster Kids, Kings Island?
It's Coaster Kids at Kings Island. Yeah,
Oh
so
my
the first time I went to
God.
Kings Island, they were outside the park waiting for me. They had because it's a pretty wide entrance, so they had 2 family members stationed on either side of the entrance,
What?
like to see because they knew I'd be showing up, so they were waiting to see they didn't know which side I'd be coming from,
Aw.
and then before I even went in the entrance, there were this family coming up and saying, "Hey, can we walk around with you?" I'm like, "I don't know you guys." Now they're like great friends of mine, so
Yeah.
it's all good.
Oh, happily ever after is what I'm
Yeah.
hearing.
Yeah,
It's just.
went to Europe with them.
It's just funny, like the intro to you in the vlog is I don't
It's
know,
bad.
it's just something else.
It's bad.
Yeah,
I know exactly what I'm doing, like the moment we hang up, like the moment I hit end.
good.
I
Yeah.
am looking this up.
Let me know. Put in the group chat after how bad
Oh,
it
I
was.
will. Oh, I'll videotape my reaction even if you'd like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Why not? Why not? All right. Anyway, let's try and pull maybe a bit back onto.
We need
topic.
to introduce.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, no,
who
before we
are
do that,
you?
no. We gotta stick to the schedule. Before we
Oh,
introduce, we always answer
sorry. I'm
the same
so
question, right?
sorry. Okay. This is a question we ask everybody. Taylor's already done this. So, Sarah, if you had free reign to create any coaster type with any theme, what would it be?
Ooh, I like this question. I think, okay, well, Taylor already knows, and now you're going to know. I have, like...
I thought of an answer for you for this question if
Wait,
you got
I wanna
nothing
hear it.
good.
Wait,
no,
no, I do.
no.
I do?
You first.
No, I
first.
do, but I want to hear if, like... Okay, because me and Taylor have a really weird ability to, like, know exactly what the other person's going to say or do, and I want to know if he has it down.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, so
I have
mine
an
was.
answer.
So I figured that Sarah would want to create a ride theme to How I Met Your Mother, and so here's what
Wow.
I thought of is you enter the queue and it's Ted and Marshall's apartment, and you as the writer are in the place of Ted trying to pick up women, and you know how on B&M wing coasters there's always like a near miss element. So in
Yeah.
this case. The near misses are the different girls, and so every time
Right.
the ride flies close to like something, it's like, oh man, you're gonna get pretty close to that. No, it's a near miss, and like as you're going up the lift hill, you know, like Barney's hyping you up, you know, and then like you're driving through like the bar, and it's just missing all these girls.
I'm not
and
sure I wanna
It
go
just
on this
doesn't
ride.
work out.
Do
Yeah,
does he meet the mom at the end then?
I guess.
Wow.
But then it's
Okay,
Robin
well-
when you come up the queue.
Oh,
Yeah.
post show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, okay, interesting idea. Not what I was gonna say, but
But it's a good
Who
one.
would have
You
thought?
got
it's
it.
Who would
really
have
good.
thought?
Okay, well, I was going to say I have like a really big obsession with like aliens and outer space, and like I've always been saying that I would love to make like a theme park that's like themed to outer space. So I would do like some kind of like indoor in the dark, like basically like Space Mountain on steroids, but with an
Yeah.
RMC Raptor or a
Whoa.
T-Rex. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
It'd be dope. Like planets and aliens and like the whole nine.
Look up after we're done with this. Look up Space Fantasy at Universal Studios Japan. It's a indoor spinning coaster themed to space, and like the theming's really well done. It's really cool.
Yeah, but I want it to be a raptor. I got to choose the kind, Taylor.
I know. I'm just saying.
I don't like
if you
the
like
spinning.
space rides.
I don't like the spinning.
I've
It's
never
not
heard of that coaster.
intense. It's a
actually.
family coaster. It's
I still
good.
don't like the spinning.
Okay, fine.
Anyway, no, that's
So then I like my answer better.
that's okay. That's fine. Whatever. I'll stick to my wing coaster.
that's a good
Ted
answer.
and Barney's adventures.
I mean, I did like that. Wait, what was your answer then when you did it?
Oh, it
Some
was something
big
lame, like-
RMC coaster.
Yeah.
It was an RMC with like Terran theming or something. I
Boring.
don't know.
Generic answer.
Boring.
It's a
That's what you
boring
came up with?
answer.
So
I
that's
know.
what you came up with for you, but for me, you came up with this elaborate like How I Met Your Mother themed ride. Like really?
All right, listen. This was like 2 years
Yeah.
ago or something that I was on this
Literally was.
podcast.
Probably
It's
nearly
been a
3,
minute.
so
Wow, look at you becoming more creative.
I know. Well, hey, just wait till the end, the final question they ask you, because you're not going to top my answer. My answer was amazing.
I can't remember
I
what it
can't
is, but
remember what it
we'll
was.
go through it at the end.
We'll get there.
Clearly
We'll
not
get
that
there. It was
amazing
really
if
Well,
good.
you
it's
forgot.
3 years ago. I don't
No.
remember what I did yesterday. Let alone 3 years ago.
Me neither.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Okay. Right.
Now
So,
we intro.
Yeah. Now, Sarah, for everyone who doesn't know who you are, do you want to give us a bit of a background about yourself and perhaps how you also know Taylor?
Oh gosh.
Ooh, goody. Okay, yeah. So I'm Sarah. Hello. I've been into roller coasters for like ever. I was actually telling Taylor like some of my old embarrassing posts I found from like
Oh,
2012 on Facebook, or even earlier than that, where I actually used to call myself a roller coaster junkie. I didn't know that the word enthusiast was a thing, but I think junkie's pretty good too.
Yeah, it's-
But yeah,
Gets the
it's
point
not bad.
across.
Mm-hmm. So I grew up in New Jersey. So I went to like Great Adventure my entire life, and I actually fell in love with roller coasters because of El Toro. That was like the one for me where I was like, yo, I need to do more of these. And then I moved to Florida last year, and I met Scott, who does Upstart Media, and we were actually working together. And he was like, you know what, like it'd be really cool to like get you on board, like doing video work with me and stuff. And I was like, hell yeah, like why not? That sounds super fun. And he's like, okay, we're gonna travel and film roller coasters. I'm like, okay, I can't say no to that. Like I love that idea. And then I can't remember what you were in town for, Taylor.
I was in town for filming actually a completely different documentary.
Oh,
and,
right.
And then Scott said, "Hey, let's because I had just started the RMC doc at that time,
Yeah.
and I wanted Scott on to help out with shooting it and stuff. You know, he's a really talented film guy, and so."
He's
So he
alright.
was like, all right, whatever. So anyway, so he was.
I'm kidding.
So he was like, you should meet Sarah as well. And so I was like, yeah, sure, like whatever, And because like we have a bunch of mutual friends, and so
Yeah. Like
and
Dan.
then we know Dan from Midway
I
Mayhem.
love Dan.
And yeah, we know we're aware.
Wow.
I met Dan way before Sarah.
All right,
ever
it's not a competition. Don't worry about it. I don't
Okay,
really-
but
I'm not that
who's his
bothered.
biggest fan? That's me.
Yeah,
True.
alright, whatever.
But yeah,
Sorry,
so we
keep
all
going.
went out. We all went out to dinner. Like I think it was like Icon Park in Orlando, and we all met up. And I was actually walking around with like a balloon that I'd found on the street. Like somebody was doing like a gender reveal, and they had like 1 million balloons. And I took one, and I was carrying it under my shirt like I was pregnant. And
She
then I was
looked like a freaking idiot.
yeah. And I walked up to him, and I'm just like, "Hi," and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I think he made fun of me for carrying around the balloon all night, and the rest is history.
There you go. Wow.
So stupid.
That's so random.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Well,
But-
we didn't see each other again until then. That was in like February of last year, so almost a year ago. And then one of the first major shoots for the RMC doc was at Dollywood, and so so we all met up there to start filming, and that was the first time I'd seen Sarah in like 5 months or something like. Yeah, it'd been a while. I'd honestly probably totally forgotten about her, and I don't know.
Wow. That is a big wow.
No, the funny thing is, we literally left that day, and I at that point didn't know that I was gonna be helping out with the RMC doc at all. And Scott was like, "Oh, so like, what'd you think of everybody?" And I was like, "That Taylor kid is so annoying."
Nice.
I'm like, Scott, we're not gonna like travel with that guy, are we? And he's literally like, no. Meanwhile, he knows we're going to Tennessee in a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Meanwhile, we've been to how many states together?
Like,
Tennessee,
all of the states.
Texas, Idaho,
literally
Florida,
everywhere.
New Jersey, New York.
Literally like everywhere. And
Yeah.
hey, I would not trade that for anything. I take back.
Aw.
Actually, no, I don't take back what I said about you being annoying. I take back what I said about not wanting to travel with you. How about that?
All right,
you
I'll
go.
take it.
But
It's better than
essentially-
nothing.
So essentially, we go and we do our Dollywood stuff, and then like one of the last things that we were doing was we were going to do the Mountain Monster in Pigeon Forge. And at that point, I had actually, not gonna lie, never seen any of your stuff, Taylor. I'm sorry.
I don't care, whatever.
And we're setting up cameras for doing Coaster Force POVs on like the drop tower, and Taylor's like, do you want to be in my video? And I was like, sure. He's like, okay, we're just gonna ride like a couple rides together. I'm like, dope, okay. So like we went up and did them, and you know we did the vlog, like we were just being ourselves, having fun, and we had no idea.
No
chaos
clue. What
that would
can of
ensue.
worms we just opened up?
Was that the very first set of videos where you're on the drop tower and then?
That was
Correct.
the first time people had ever
Right.
seen her on camera.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember them. I remember the kind of initial reaction to everyone in the comments.
Oh,
Well,
it was wild.
here's the thing: is like, first of all, I don't think either of us were even that familiar with what shipping was.
No, my sister had to tell me. And it's funny because
Like,
she called me
I
out
knew
publicly
what it
for
was. Yeah, I don't know. It was just, it was weird. Like,
That's
I don't
funny.
think either of us expected that at
He
all.
literally posted the first vlog, and like 20 minutes later he texted me. He was like, go on YouTube, go to comment section of YouTube video that I just posted. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
It was- yeah.
And like, honest to God, like we were just in the getting to know each other phase.
Yeah,
like,
we
literally-
barely knew each other.
Yeah,
barely.
and like clearly things have changed, but like at that time, like we didn't really know all too much about each other, other than like we had
Yeah.
a mutual love for like this hobby and like a few things. I did watch you run face first into a glass door like the night before. That
Oh
was
my
funny.
gosh, that was so funny.
That was funny. I think we bonded over that like a lot because like I made fun
Oh,
of you
that
a lot
was
for that.
so good.
But yeah, we literally like we got put up in this cabin together for like 3 days and we're like forced to get to know each other, which obviously was fine. And then we do this video together, and everyone automatically is like, "Oh my gosh, they're already dating!" Like, wow, this is so exciting.
It's like,
We
it's
actually
like
just
I don't
met.
even know her last name. Like,
Meanwhile, everyone thinks we're siblings.
Yeah.
I
oh
love
my
that.
dating for like
gosh.
years. Yeah, it
love
still
that.
happens. Still happens.
Wow.
But yeah, clearly things have
There were
changed.
a couple
but
people. There were people that thought we might be related, and it was like, wait, what?
Yeah, there always is those.
That's
people.
Yeah,
gross.
there's always those
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Why?
we are in every possible scenario. It's very entertaining to say the least.
yes, we love the fans. We love.
So as a big ode to the fans and their dedication to this, we dressed up as sailors for
Yes.
Halloween
I
We
remember.
did.
at Six Flags over Texas.
I saw.
And like
It was
objectively, that's a
something.
really kind of like cop out Halloween costume because it's so easy to do. But like in our case, it was epic.
It was
Epic.
so good.
It was so good, and I loved that like people recognized you in the park while you were dressed like.
There
that
were a couple
ridiculously.
people. They were like,
Oh,
"Are you
so
Coach
good.
Drews?" And I'm like, "I am in a sailor outfit right now." like,
You're like, I'm not Coaster Studios
I'm like,
today.
I'm like, "Oh my gosh, how did you recognize it was me?"
You're like, I'm just embarrassed today. That's all.
Well, and, like, here's the other thing is, like, the entire time that we've known each other, basically, it was, like, also during this pandemic. So, like, the entire time, people have only seen us in masks, or at least on
Yeah.
camera. They've, like, basically only seen you in masks, and yet people recognize you all the time at parks.
Yeah, well,
It, like, blows
probably
my
'cause I'm
mind,
wearing a
because I think masks make it so much harder.
Definitely.
I agree. They just really know the top half of my face. Like, really well.
Yes.
Jeez, I'd be a bit worried about that. Don't know.
And like not even just at theme parks too. Like it's happened like
Ooh.
literally while I was working before, and I'm like, how do you recognize me with my hair up and a work uniform on? Like, wow, impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Maybe we got a look, Taylor. We got like a very particular look.
I honestly, I don't even remember what the bottom half of your face looks like. So, I mean,
Wow. Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Let's move away from that one. Sarah, you spoke a bit about how you originally got into roller coasters, but I think everyone has like a real, well, not everyone, but like an in-depth kind of origin story. Let's hear a bit more about yours, like where it all actually started. Like, what was one of the first roller coasters you ever been on?
The first, I guess first like roller coaster that I ever went on was probably in Disney, and I can't tell you which one it was. I don't really know, but I do remember I was terrified of Space Mountain. And my dad finally convinced me to go on. And then when we got off, I loved it. Like, loved it. And he pretended to carry me off like I was a dead person and, like, present me to my family. And he's like, she didn't make it, guys. Yeah, he literally carried me out to my mom and my sister and my babysitter. And they're like, he's like, yeah, she didn't make it. I'm, like, pretending to be, like, passed out. And, like,
Wow.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding at all. I wish I were.
oh my god.
Yeah, so that was fun. That was like my first time doing anything like that. And then I actually, when I was younger, I did band. I played saxophone in like the jazz band and like marching band and everything. And we did a couple trips a year. We would go to Great Adventure. And my first trip to Great Adventure, I was like, okay, like I want to try out like a big girl roller coaster. And I'm with my best friend, Nikki. And neither of us had ever done like anything that like went upside down or anything like that. And we're like, okay, let's pick one out. Like, we have no idea what we're doing. We picked out the Great American Scream Machine, which, if you ever have done that, that is a god-awful ride. Thank God it doesn't exist anymore. So we went on it, and, like, both of us came off with, like, screaming headaches, and I was like, I don't know if I ever want to do that again. She's like, I don't know either. I'm like, let's go try a few more out. So we, like, went around the park, and we went on a couple different ones, and we went on El Toro, and, like, that's where, like, the love affair started. I was like, oh, my gosh. I was like, wait, so there are good ones. Like, there are ones that aren't going to be hurt.
Are you suggesting not every roller coaster is the exact same?
Yeah, I know, right?
I think that's
Crazy.
something that really gets people though a lot of the time is they ride one roller coaster that just isn't very good.
Yeah, that happened to me.
Yeah,
same for
and they make a
Zoe.
big judgment.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I loved it, and like I kind of like forgot about the entire experience for a while, and then I like gotten a thing online saying that they were doing like a deal for annual passes or whatever for Great Adventure, and I was like, shit, I want to buy one. And then I realized that I didn't have a car, and I wouldn't have had any friends to go with because I'd be the only one with an annual pass. So it was like a buy 3 get 1 free deal.
Wow.
So I bought them for 3 friends.
Jeez.
And, like, gave
Dang,
them out.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I know, and I was like, hey, so now you
What
have
a
to go with me,
friend.
including, I know, right? Well, I was mainly because I was like, I want a ride, and friends to go with. So like, yeah, I gave one to a guy who had a car.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think like the whole thing started like really kicking in was I went with that same friend Nikki. Me and her went together one time, and we got lucky enough at the end of the night that we could ride. We rode El Toro probably like 8 or 9 times in the back row because it was so
Cool.
empty. And I was like, I never want to stop doing that. But, and I'll tell you, the downside was I had only been to like Great Adventure as far as like big parks until like later I ended up going, like I think later that year went to like Cedar Point, Hershey Park, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and I think like a couple more. but I thought all wooden roller coasters were gonna be like El Toro.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can imagine,
What a disappointment.
Yeah, you can imagine my disappointment when I went on Mean Streak for the first time.
It's like El Toro's same as Boulder, right, Zoe?
Yeah.
So imagine you rode Boulder, and then you like that was the first wooden coaster you've ever been
And
on.
then you go to Blackpool.
Yeah, and then you go to Blackpool
Yeah.
to ride something like I don't
Kill
know,
me.
Yeah, someone like Big Dipper, and it's just garbage. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
but the one airtime hill.
The one
relax.
airtime hill.
yeah.
But yeah,
It was
I had never known that there, you know, I just thought it was like a hobby. Like I liked going, like I would always, you know, try to go to theme parks with my friends, and I would look up the rides before I'd go and like learn stuff about
Yeah.
them and get all excited. And like I actually found old posts on my old band page of me being like, guys, like Gatekeeper is opening like a couple days before we get there, and I was so excited about it, which it's not that great, but whatever. At the time, I was hype about it.
It's kind of similar
And-
to me in terms of like I was just always the guy who would try and organize theme park trips in my
Yeah.
friend group.
Oh yeah, I
know,
was
and-
such a bossy person on these trips. I was like, okay, I'm telling everyone where to go, and like I'm like, and it's funny because the first time I ever went to Cedar Point, I had like a bunch of people were like kind of following me around, and I didn't really realize that Dragster was so different from King Ka with like the restraints. And I told everybody, I'm like, well, we only have one day, and I'm like, we're gonna skip that one because we already have King Ka at home, which is bigger and faster. Dumb as hell. But at the time, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well,
So I was like, we're
yeah.
skipping that one, and we're gonna go ride Millennium Force like over and over and over again. Which now it's funny because I don't even really like that ride that much, but at the time I thought it was dope. But yeah, so I didn't know that there was like an entire community like dedicated to this, and
This was really the first year that you really started traveling and kind of interacting with the people in the community.
yeah, because I didn't know it existed. I just I just had my friends from home that they weren't as into it as I was, but like they'd go with me, they'd humor me, but I didn't know that there was like a whole like subsection of the internet dedicated to like.
Why
There's
would
a
you? though?
subsection of the internet for everything.
Yeah,
I know.
but you only
Like,
realize
literally
that once
things that
you've
shouldn't.
kind of been in one of them, right?
Yeah.
But until you've been in one of them, you don't realize that there's a subsection of the internet for everything. Like, why would there be
Exactly.
some people on the internet who absolutely love roller coasters? Why? Why is that a thing? Like.
Well,
So-
when you realize that it's like actually not that obscure of a hobby, once you
No,
actually realize like
of
how
course.
big the amusement industry is and
Yeah,
how many
yeah.
people are involved to
Yeah.
make all of these different projects, parks, rides, whatever it is happen. Like, I mean, it's a pretty big industry.
Big time. But yeah, I'm super duper grateful for Scott, like, kind of showing me that this entire thing existed and introducing me to Taylor and Dan, most importantly, Dan. I love Dan. We should keep tally of how many times I either mention Dan or say that I love him today. It's going to be a lot.
All right,
if
you're
you're
at
listening,
2.
Dan, I love you.
3.
There you go. Let's not do that.
But there you go. There's like your in-depth kind of story. So I
Yeah.
died on Space Mountain. I hated Great American
died on
Machine.
Space Mountain.
And I loved El Toro. And there we go.
Nice.
This is history.
Yeah. What about your favorite ride now?
Have to ask this
Yeah,
one.
everyone always wants to know what people's favorite ride is. So,
I
their
think
favorite
I'm pretty
roller coaster and their
vocal.
favorite ride. We'll say those two separate.
Ooh, okay. I think I've been pretty vocal, like extremely vocal about what my favorite roller coaster is, considering I literally own a pair of bull horns. El Toro is still my favorite.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Favorite ride, like
Let's just say
Right
non-roller
now-
coaster.
non-roller coaster. Okay. Right now I love Disney, and I love Disney like dark rides. I'm obsessed with Flight of Passage and Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible ride experiences, and I just got lucky enough to ride it a couple times this week, which not
I'm
a lot
so
of people
jealous.
can do. I know, and we got. It's funny because we were trying to film a POV for Coaster Force, and we got so unlucky the first time. We were in the back for everything. Like the first part of the ride, we were in the back.
Oh, and they put up plexiglass.
Yep.
So
So yeah, because normally being in the back wouldn't be a bad thing because you're raised up a little bit and you
Yeah.
can get like a better vantage point. But there, you just see yourself like reflecting with the camera.
Ooh.
But then we went on again later in the week, and we got like very front of the spaceship, very front of the trackless ride vehicle, and it was so awesome. But now I'm excited to go back and ride it without cameras.
Yeah. I can imagine.
I've still only done it the one time at Disneyland, which I'm just so grateful that like I keep thinking about this because I typically like to go to California each winter because it's one of the few places in America that's open over the off season.
Yeah.
And so it went like end of January, and that was before the virus had really happened or anything. But like I mean, if we didn't do that trip, then I mean, I wouldn't still have done West Coast Racers or Rise of the Resistance or stuff because the parks in California closed a month and a half after we went, and they have not opened since. They're still closed.
Dude, you were just
That's
in Florida.
insane.
I would have taken you on Rise.
Okay, yeah, but I wouldn't have done West Coast Racers, so I mean,
Whoa.
Is it really worth it though? Do you really care that much that you've done West Coast races?
Yeah, really, Taylor.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, it looks
It was
good.
fun.
But
It
a lot of
it
things
had
that
a
are
couple
good.
surprising Hey, shut up. And
But not amazing.
how long do
Right,
you stack
Taylor?
in the middle?
yeah, it's like having if you've ever had like a burger, or like a really good burger versus just like an average burger.
Right.
It's the same principle.
You're an
Okay.
average burger.
You're an average burger. Who makes fun of each other more? Do I make fun of you more? Or you? I feel like you make fun of me more.
Oh, significantly, bub. Like,
Yeah.
a lot more.
It sounds
Yeah.
that way.
It
sounds
I'm
like Taylor's
actually
just
a
taking
nice
it.
person.
Yeah, he's
Come
actually
on.
decently nice to me.
Yeah, I'm a good person,
Well,
guys.
I'm a good person, but like, think of it like this: the more I love you, the more ammo I have. Like the more I get to know you, the more ammo I have against you. So if anything, it should be a compliment that I
That's
make fun of
true.
you so much. Okay.
That's fair. Okay, I'll allow it.
I'll get to know you guys better, and
Then she'll make fun of you.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Sounds
All in good
great.
time.
Can't wait. Anyway, from
Yay.
favourite ride to favourite theme park, do you have one?
I don't really know. I don't,
I-
and I've thought
I
about
find
this
it
a
hard.
lot. I've thought about this like a lot, and like there's so many things about different parks that I love that I
Yeah.
don't even think I could choose one.
What about
just
top
like,
few? Do you have a list of a few that you really like?
Yeah. Well, obviously, like I love my Orlando parks. I'm just gonna put them like under an
Yeah.
umbrella because
Sure.
obviously, like I live here and I spend too much time at them. Like definitely too much, but that's fine. But other than that, like I love Great Adventure because I grew up there and my favorite ride ever is there. I obviously love Cedar Point because I love just the mass amount of rides that they have there, and like the fact that it takes more than a day to get through everything there. With so much
Yeah.
to do. I love Dollywood because I love the theming. I love how like charming it is there, and I love the food. It's very rare that you find a park that has such great food that's actually priced fairly. So I definitely appreciate that. And then, yeah, I think that's a pretty good list, right?
Yeah.
That's a great list. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have a lot of questions about. I don't know how many parks you've been to yet, but obviously there's a bucket list of stuff that you want to do. What's like top at the minute?
Top of the list right now, I want to go to Asia, like, so badly for a multitude of reasons. Number one being,
Same.
number one being the fact that, obviously I filmed stuff with Scott under Upstart Media, and our content goes to Coaster Force, and, it's a monetized YouTube channel, so, obviously it's a good way to make money, and China and Japan, those are all unexplored territory for that channel. There's no
Yeah.
videos of, like, anything out there. And with the camera gear that we have, like, and all of our camera rigs, like, we know we could get fantastic content out there. So, like, that's definitely up there. I just really want to go abroad, guys. Like, I haven't
Yeah.
Don't
gone
we
to,
all?
like, any theme parks abroad, and it is killing me. So, like, my bucket list is just going out of the country.
At least you've got quite a
Like-
varied kind of landscape of theme parks in the US already, though. I
We
don't know.
do.
Yeah.
We
you-
absolutely do. And
So-
we've actually done some kind of, like, I mean, we did Silverwood this year. Like, who's been to Silverwood that doesn't live in Idaho?
It's way out there.
Like, yeah, like, that was a super cool experience, and like, definitely a really cool park, too. We have, like, tons of, like, chain parks, like, all the Cedar
Yeah.
Fair parks, all of, like, the Six Flags, but then you also have stuff like that's, like, very unique, one of a kind, and I appreciate that there's, like, a variation and things around here. It keeps it interesting, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, Japan's like top of our list at the minute as
Yeah.
well.
As soon as
As
We
it
should all
should be.
go
As it should
together.
be.
Yeah, should we meet you there?
Let's not invite Taylor, though, because he's already gone.
That's true. He's
I
already
would
been.
go
Doesn't
back
need
to
to go back.
Japan in a heartbeat. I miss Japan so much.
Nah,
Japan doesn't
can't
miss you.
come.
Japan. Hey, listen.
We talked
'cause I-
earlier.
There's because we hit most of the parks, but there's still like some places that I'd like to visit, and honestly, I just love to go back for like a lot of the classic tourist and like sightseeing stuff because there's a couple things that we missed that I'd love to see, but I think right now for me China is just like
Yeah.
so high up on the list, and along with the parks in the Emirates, I would love to do them because they're just
Yeah.
expanding so much.
there's quite a
That's
few
a
of them as
huge
well.
bucket list for me.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So I'd love to go out there.
No, I think that's fair. China's definitely an interesting one. I don't think I even know like barely anything about all these Chinese parks that are around.
Oh, me
There's
You
neither.
don't even know
many of them.
Disney
I-
stuff. So.
I've actually done a pretty decent amount of research on
Yeah.
the China stuff. I
Shocker.
try to keep up what they're doing because I find it so interesting, and so I'm always talking with like different friends that have been, and like I think also the reason why it interests me so much is because it feels like a challenge. Like getting around there is not easy. It's not
No.
even like Japan. It's like on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And so I just think it'd be so cool to go out there and just get lost. It'd be fun.
I mean, I don't know about getting lost in China of all places.
Oh, I
is
totally want to get
perhaps
lost in
the-
China. I'm in, Taylor.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
me in.
you two can go. We'll go to Japan. That's fine. I'd rather get
Okay.
lost in Japan.
Yeah, we probably would get lost in Japan as well.
No,
Ju-
you got nice
Once you
trains. I'm
get
good
the
on
hang of it,
trains.
after like a day or two, you get your bearings. You figure out how the transit system works,
Yeah.
and it's a breeze from
my
there.
forte
Did you learn
then.
any Japanese, Taylor?
I
like,
learned
can
a
you say a
couple
single word?
phrases.
Go on.
I can say, yeah, arigato gozaimasu is thank you very much.
Wow.
I mean, that's one we used a lot, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, go
Um,
ahead. Talk in Japanese.
no. I mean, that's pretty much
Compliment me in Japanese, Taylor, or make fun of me. Either one.
it. No, I can't do that.
Work on it. That's your new challenge. We will revisit tomorrow.
Okay.
Wow.
You have one day.
There you go.
That's what I want for Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh. An insult in Japanese.
Yes.
All right, whatever. Oh
Lovely.
dear.
Oh dear.
How did it feel, you two, to be in a Universal post? Get your photo in. 'Cause-
Famous.
Yeah, yeah. they were
Oh my
famous.
gosh, the Universal post.
Oh my god, the comment section was like my favorite thing ever. They're like, "Oh my god, if they only knew."
Wow.
If they only knew the backstory here, because if you're just like a regular like fan of Universal, you would have no
Yeah.
idea. But if you're like a roller coaster person,
Yeah, I mean,
you probably
Universal
know.
has such a huge fan base that like the
Yeah.
people. I mean, they, all this random people and standing in front of a globe. It's like, oh yeah, that's a cool picture, but it's like, oh no, they do YouTube videos and stuff. So
Sarah, weren't you
It's-
wearing a Squidward
it's
t-shirt
funny.
as well?
And they've caused
She
more
is
internet
wearing a
chaos than you
Squidward.
can imagine. Yeah,
she
I
is
am.
wearing a Squidward shirt.
I love that shirt. It's so good.
Dude,
It's
that was an
so
iconic
good.
look. I
Yeah,
love that sweatshirt so
great.
much. My mom gave that to me, but I asked her to get it. Like, I literally sent her the link, and I'm like, I want that for Christmas. She's like, really? Like, that's what you want? I'm like, that's what I want.
You got so many compliments at Universal that day.
I did. I was like a celebrity.
everyone.
Wow.
really cool.
The Squidward
Yeah.
t-shirt really, really does
And like
it.
some
I
people
have to
would
note
just
that
be
one
like,
down.
belongs
Need
in
an
the
affiliate
trash.
link for that.
Yeah, they just shout belongs at the trash at her.
I'm like, yeah, I know.
Wow.
But I'm not telling anyone where I bought it, even though you could probably just Google it and find it.
Yeah.
but
Google, yeah, Squidward, bold and brass shirt.
Don't do it. It's my look. Don't steal it.
Well, and then freaking Jefferson
Oh, the follow-up.
photoshopped it. He photoshopped us out of Universal and put us in Kentucky
Oh,
Kingdom.
yeah.
And gave you a
and
T3 shirt.
he
me.
turned the Squidward shirt into a T3 shirt.
Yeah.
It was fabulous.
It was so
They love
good.
to
But then,
Photoshop, don't
but
they?
then it spiraled out of control of people like photoshopping us in front of random things, like the freaking birdie.
That was the
situation.
same time as the Bernie meme. So I liked when the National Roller Coaster Museum put us in the Matterhorn bobsleds with Bernie.
I
And they're
love
like
that.
they're right with their cold grandpa. I'm like, what?
I was like, Bernie's our grandpa now. Like, I'm about it.
Wow. Yeah, I think the theme park world is, especially on Twitter, it's kind of gone off the rails over the past
It's
few
Everyone's
years.
losing their minds.
Everyone
aren't
is
they?
literally losing their mind. Yeah.
I take at least partial responsibility for that.
It's been a bumpy ride.
What you have done with your Twitter is very, very impressive. Like
Why,
it
thank
is,
you.
There's lots of good content on there. I'll give you that.
Yay, thank you. I love Midway Mayhem fan, and I love it like a lot because like I know people will like tag me in things like seriously sometimes, but they have to tag Midway Mayhem fan, and I don't care like how much this takes off. Like I'm never changing that. It's always gonna be Midway Mayhem fan.
Wow. Dedicated. Absolute
When it's
dedicated.
almost more of a brand than Midway Mayhem, or like
It
getting
is.
to that point, it's insane.
Dude, and my favorite is like, okay, so like me and Dan got asked to do like something together, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was like the Ace podcast. Yeah. And at first, they thought that we were like I worked for Midway Mayhem. Like they thought I was like part of Midway Mayhem, and I was like,
Wow.
no. And then
They're like, you guys at Midway Mayhem, and you're like,
they're like, Dan and Sarah from Midway Mayhem. I'm like, Dan like hates it. He's like, oh my god. And the best is there's like, so like I'm sure you all have noticed there's like people will like debate like my relationship status, and they're like, oh she's with this guy, oh she's with this guy, and oh she's with Taylor, and then. Like, there's, like, a very small subsection of people that are like, wait, I thought that was Dan's wife. And I'm like, I love you. I love those people, like, the most. So if you're one of those people, I love you. I am not married to Dan. He has a lovely wife named Lauren that I adore. But I am a bigger fan of Dan than she is. For sure.
There you go.
oh my god.
There you
That's
have
a
it,
dangerous
kids. The hot
position to be
takes.
in. Yeah.
Oh god.
Damn. I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's
now.
right, Dan.
I love Dan.
Oh.
I just love Dan. That's 2. There's 2 more.
You're at like 5 or 6 now.
Yay!
Something like that.
Everyone at home will be doing shots, and they'll be
Oh,
they'll be
no.
pissed by that.
Yeah, take a shot every time. Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that game. Yeah. Please
No,
make
you're
that the
not
title.
allowed.
Make that the title. Take a shot every
Take a
time you know I
shot
love
every
Dan. You will be shoisted by the end.
Oh, jeez.
Harry is literally speechless right now.
I don't know what to say. I just.
He's like, why?
I've lost
did you let these
I've
people
lost
Yeah, I
my
don't-
entire
show?
train of
Like
thought.
literally every time I get invited to something, like 5 minutes in, they're like, "Why did we do this?" I'm like, "I don't know." And they keep inviting me back, and I don't know why. But
Oh,
thank
something's
you.
obviously working. If you keep getting invited back.
Yeah.
Something's working. We don't know what, but
There you go. Yeah. sometimes
We're
you
doing
just
something
never know.
right, buddy.
Yeah, this is it.
oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh, my laptop's about to die. Hold on, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. I gotta get a computer charger. Oh my god!
Rufus.
Wow.
All right, what's next topic?
There isn't one at this point.
There isn't one.
I was thinking of questions while you were
Great
talking.
planning, guys.
No, I was thinking of questions while you were talking, but then
forget them.
my train of thought got completely derailed. So, wow. Anyway,
Oh my god, it's funny.
Harry, I thought of you this past week because I saw a meme on Twitter.
Oh, yeah?
Someone posted. It was like asking Americans to locate whales on a map.
Yeah, I saw
And they
that.
showed a map of all of Europe, and these people could not figure out where Wales was, and it made like, as someone who knows geography
God.
pretty well, of course I know where Wales is. But all these people are like searching
Yeah.
like Denmark and Switzerland, and, like,
I know.
Wow.
so I'm thinking
Some
of
people did,
Harry,
like,
and
the
I'm
Netherlands
like,
and other
oh,
places.
poor Harry. No one knows where Wales is.
Nah, we
Wow.
don't even know where it is.
Yeah.
I'm back.
You don't even know where it is.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Sarah, could you locate Wales on a map?
Like the country or the animal?
Yeah, the animal. Yeah.
God,
the animal.
definitely.
Okay.
I'm just
Thank
kidding.
you.
Yeah.
That answers my question.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes, I do know where Wales is, you dummy.
Hey, there are people who don't,
Mm.
and it's very sad.
I saw
It
in
is
that
sad.
thread.
There are people
are-
that can't find all 50 states that live in one
That
of them.
is, in my opinion, very, very, very sad.
I
Like,
get-
I don't
yeah.
care if like you guys can't
No.
figure out like all
Yeah.
the states, but you don't live here, so like that's okay.
Yeah. Someone in
yeah,
the comments
I-
put like, "Where's Ohio?" For everyone who isn't,
Oh,
who's like
and
European.
no one
where's
can figure out where
Ohio?
Ohio.
Yeah. Fortunately, I know where Ohio is purely because that's where Cedar Point is, right? So
Yeah.
Of course,
I know
of
on a
course.
map, but I don't know how many states actually know the location of. Probably a third of them, maybe.
Could you find
third of
Utah?
them?
Even do
That's where
any.
Taylor is.
Yeah. Do you know where I am right now?
You feel like it's like just to the left of the middle, halfway between the middle and the left side. In the middle,
In the
top to
middle.
bottom.
What
That
on
makes
earth
sense?
are you trying to say? What?
Close enough. That's fine.
I
Whatever.
can't see America like a picture of it right now, so it's difficult to guess. But I think it's roughly in that
In
region,
the
right?
middle.
No, to the left.
To the
of
left
the middle
middle.
of the middle.
Okay.
Middle
Kinda
across.
right,
Fine,
though. Like,
sure,
you're kinda
right.
sure, Harry.
No,
that's fine.
so if you draw a line across from left to right, about
Yeah.
a third from the left in,
Okay.
right, and then like middle from top to bottom.
Yeah.
That would be somewhere in that region. Would be my.
Okay.
You lost me like 3 minutes ago. so-
Yeah, yeah.
Taylor, he's
That's
like
right.
kind
Okay.
of right though. He's like pretty close.
No,
to being
no,
right.
he is. He is.
There you
He
go.
is. So that's why I said it's fine.
Good.
That's
It's
good. Good.
It's all good.
I'm proud of you.
It's all good. Thank you. Yes.
If anyone is still listening at this point, I applaud you.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, let's go back to.
You're gonna be looking at the analytics, and it just like there's a huge drop off. Like,
as soon as we start
Right
talking
around
about
like the
whales,
10-minute
that's it.
mark.
It's game.
Yeah,
It's done.
yeah.
It's done. Now let's get back to roller coasters and theme parks. I mean,
All right.
we haven't been on a roller coaster for
Ages.
6 months.
Yeah,
No, 8 months.
8 months.
Now. I mean, obviously you guys are faring a lot better. What's the like most recent set of parks you've been to?
Sarah.
I was at SeaWorld yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that you've
Mad.
been. Yeah.
Well, okay, to be fair, I live 1 mile from SeaWorld, like literally 1 mile, and Taylor can tell you that I'm not
Yeah,
exaggerating.
she's not lying.
Wow.
Yeah, like I literally get to the end of my street, and I'm like, oh, hey, Mako, what's up?
That's cool.
You're almost as good as Nitro, but anyway.
Stop.
Wow.
Taylor loves that one. Anyway, yeah, so it's kind of like just like a casual hangout spot. Like there's like a group of people that all like will go and just like have drinks there. Like I met up with some friends last night. Like they were extremely intoxicated and we went on one ride. And that was Mako, and we rode it in the back row, and it was fantastic. But before that, like I've been spending a lot of times at like at the Disney parks lately because we've been filming everything, like all the dark rides.
Yeah.
What's the last park I went to out of state, though? That's what I'm trying to remember. I'm assuming it was with you, right, Taylor? Great Adventure, right?
Yeah, probably. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. For me, I mean, the last park I was at was Fun Spot Kissimmee with Sarah, and that was over a month ago or so. Outside of Florida, it would have been Six Flags over Georgia and Dollywood,
Oh yeah, for
and
New
that was
Year's.
at that was around New Year's. So, yeah. I'm hoping to get back on some rides in March, or yeah, it'll probably be March. So
What's open over there in America? I know like all
Well-
of Florida's open, but outside of Florida, what's going on?
yeah, I'm actually currently looking into going down to Las Vegas to try out the new Big Apple coaster
Oh,
trains.
Do you hate yourself?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, it can't be that bad.
Apparently.
So that's open. Texas parks are open.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Oh, duh. That's the last
Florida.
park I've been to. Fiesta and
Oh
SeaWorld.
yeah, you went to Texas. Oh,
I totally
yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah. And I'm literally like promoting all of our footage and stuff like for Coaster Force, but like I forgot that we went until right now. That's funny. Yeah, we did. We were in Fiesta for a few days, and we went to SeaWorld San Antonio for a day, and I like got my butt like severely bruised on Steel Eel.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was like literally like a spanking machine. It was horrible. And
that's-
like not in a
that's a
good
ride.
way, not in a good way, and
Not in a good way.
not in a good, not the way you want to be spanked, guys. Not in a good way.
Wow.
Sorry, this is PG, right?
Thank
Anyway,
you for clarifying that.
Yes.
That's exactly what people needed.
I know. That's why I'm clarifying. Anyway, and then we went to ZDTs and we did that little
Oh, yeah.
little wooden shuttle one there, and that was pretty cool.
Mm.
It hurt, but it was cool. Kind of like a weird like side of the road, like you would never know it existed if you didn't like care
Yeah.
about. roller
Yeah, no,
coasters.
it's very obscure, but that ride is awesome. It's so cool.
Switchback.
Yeah, because we were
isn't it?
driving
That
back to
was cool.
Houston and it was like on the way. We're like, all right, why not?
Yeah,
It looks cool.
yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, but I'm trying
Yeah.
to, of course, as per usual, try to get Taylor to come to Florida or anywhere else that I go.
I mean, the good news is that in the state of Florida alone, 3 big roller coasters are opening up. I mean, probably within the next 2-3 months. So, I mean, Icebreaker, Iron Gwazi, Velocicoaster.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that hard to convince someone to go to Florida right now. I feel like if they
Not
want
at
to
all.
go and ride, something like that.
Yeah.
that is
Especially
true.
since it's been a bit since, I mean, I don't know, with COVID and everything, not a whole lot of parks are opening up, new rides. So
No.
when you got 3 opening up in one state, yeah.
Very likely.
Oh, you are going to
Totally.
get so sick of me. I can't even wait.
Mm-hmm. Already happening.
What are you two looking forward to more? Velocicoaster or Iron Gwazi?
That's like an impossible question, sir.
Yeah, I like them.
That's like trying to pick between children.
I got an easy answer, like straight off.
I'm excited for them for different reasons.
Yeah,
I
mean,
think
that's
ride
fair.
experience, like full package, I'll probably like Velocicoaster more. But for pure layout and stuff, I'll probably like Iron Gwazi more. But I'm not counting on it. I could definitely be wrong. I'm very curious to see how it goes.
I just
I'm gonna
like-
love them both, I'm sure.
I like just cannot believe that I'm going to have the collection of roller coasters that I have within an hour and a half radius, because I'm an hour and a half or like an hour and 15 minutes from Busch Gardens, and I'm gonna have like one of the best RMCs there now, and I'm gonna have Velociroller. My bad. We're gonna have Velociroller like literally like 10 minutes from my house, and then Icebreaker's opening up right down the street. I'm just like, oh. And I got Mako, which is a very good hyper, not my favorite, but very good. I just have a great collection here, and I'm psyched. I just want like a really like badass like wooden roller coaster down here. Like that's like the last thing on my please do this for.
And then you'll have it all.
And then I'll have it all, and then I never need to leave.
I feel like
I'll leave. I'll still leave.
Yeah. I feel like the Floridian parks have been really up in their game. Well, not up in the game, but you know, like building really cool.
They've been
roller coasters
stepping it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Big time. And like even like Disney, you know, we're getting like Guardians of the Galaxy, which is gonna be like this insanely amazing themed roller coaster,
Hopefully.
and then Tron is opening, and like I don't know, it's just I am very happy down here.
It's a
Very good
great
time
to be a theme park fan.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
exactly. Question for you, Taylor. What do you think you're gonna like more, Velocicoaster or Taron?
That's a tough one. I think the layout looks stronger on Terran. Personally,
That's a wrong
I don't-
answer.
You just
Get out.
wow.
Not an opinion question. There's a right or wrong answer, Taylor.
Okay, but you're like the inversion guy.
No,
I mean, that's
I'm
like
not the
your
inversion
thing.
guy. I'm the let's actually design a layout so it utilizes the full capacity of the roller coaster's model. I don't know. It's just Taron's like I don't know.
Don't start on Taron.
Oh my god.
I was speaking to some people earlier, and they were talking about Taron. I was like, I literally can't remember a single second of me riding Taron. It was really forgettable.
Yeah.
There was no element on that ride that
Isn't it
stands
in
out
your
to
like
me.
top 3?
Oh yeah, but I don't know. If I think of something like I don't know, Carnon or Helix, Carnon like there's definitely loads of elements that are really memorable. Helix,
Yeah, I know. I was there. I was sitting next to you.
exactly. And Helix has fantastic airtime hills. There's a really solid chain of elements where it's like airtime hill, 0G roll, and then Helix. It's really awesome. But for Taron, there's like nothing that's
Yeah,
burned
there's not
into my
like a
brain.
standout element.
No.
I'll
Yeah.
give you that.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, if I said, favorite moment on Terran, probably that one turn.
exactly.
Or that
They're all
little
turns.
point where it goes left and then right, and it does a lot of that. Yeah, okay, that's a very fair statement. I think my reasoning is I don't know. I feel like Terran's gonna be a longer experience. I mean, there's definitely more packed into it just because of how interwoven everything is. But Velocicoaster definitely has more standout moments.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued with the theming in the first half.
Yes.
How that's gonna go.
Yeah.
Especially the first launch sequence.
Yes, definitely.
I'm hoping for some really cool animatronics or something there that I think could definitely push it towards Velocicoaster being the superior ride. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
This is it. Like
Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah, exactly. Taron has no real story, does it? Whereas Velocicoaster's, hopefully going to have
It is
some sort of-
story driven.
Exactly.
And I just love the placement of this ride. Like how they managed to fit this thing in and that they fit in all that they did, I think is nothing short of incredible. Because visually it looks amazing. And you look at before and after pictures of this, like, I mean, it was just a bunch of trees. I mean, they didn't take out a single ride to fit this attraction in.
It's very cool.
It's amazing. It does so much for that area. That area, it doesn't even feel the same as it used to. It's awesome.
I kind of like as well how it's almost kind of like two different rides packed into one. The first half, looks to be very kind of more Taron-esque, being compact and, more dense. And then it kind of shoots off into whatever not the sea,
What?
the
Yeah.
river, lake, whatever it is. I don't know. I've never
Yeah,
been.
the RMC elements.
Yeah, exactly. The RMC elements, where you have to 0G stall or whatever it is. I think that's really cool how there's just two distinct parts to it.
Yeah, I'm very excited. It looks really. It's great seeing it in person too. I mean, I'd been following it since well before they had started actually building it, and seeing it in person was very cool. I mean, you can ask
he had
Sarah.
a moment.
I was so
he had
happy.
A moment.
Like we step into islands and most people are like, all right, what ride are we going to first? I'm like, I want to go stare at the thing that's not open.
Understandable.
Literally, though.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, we just sat there just like looking at it. It's like, oh, it looks so good. And then to actually see it test run, wouldn't you say, Sarah, that just watching it test, just go around the course was just so cool?
Mm-hmm. I have seen it, actually, you jerk.
Wow. Good for
Wait,
you.
do they know the story about that?
No.
No, I'm for whatever reason we were separated. I'm with Dan, and they.
Aw, Dan. I love Dan.
You went up. Hate you. All right, so it was like you went back to the car to get a jacket or something.
I was very cold.
Because it was
yes.
it was. She thought it was cold. It was like 60 degrees. I was in shorts.
I was
so,
I
in
don't know
a
what
literal
that is.
Eskimo coat. Like I was literally wearing like a big fluffy coat. Like
It was bad. It was not cold.
I had
so
gloves
anyways,
on.
so I was watching Velocicoaster with Dan, and we were waiting for it to test run. And we watch one test run while they're out at the car, and then they get back in the park, and we're like, oh, they just sent a train. If you just wait, you'll probably send another one. And so they're we're waiting, and they don't send one. And so we're like, let's
mind
go
you,
ride
you,
something.
we're literally waiting with camera gear because we're trying to catch it to like put it up on Coaster Force, which to
Yeah.
this day there still is not a video on that channel
So
of
sad.
that ride testing because we have such bad luck. Anyway,
And
continue.
here's the other thing. The other thing was that it was like 30 minutes till the park closed. So there was very much okay, let's hurry this up here so we can actually like make sure that we get on one more ride. And so after they just weren't sending one, we were just okay, let's head to Hagrid's. And so I was like, hey, because they're at the viewing area up front, and so you have to walk halfway around the park to get to the viewing area by Popeyes, which is where me and Dan were. And so we were like, hey, why don't you guys head around here, and we'll meet you, and we can all walk to Hagrid's together. And so they leave the viewing area. And
No.
kid
There's
you
more
not,
to that. I literally am like, I'm afraid to walk away. They're probably gonna send it the moment I walk away. He goes, no, I don't think they're sending it anytime soon. Just come on. We literally turn and walk about like 20 steps away from where the ride is visible. Like we're maybe 30 seconds have gone by, and I get a text from Taylor going, they sent it.
Wow.
You freaking.
And then,
I
of
was
course,
so mad.
They get over to Popeyes and they're done for the night, or they were done for like an hour or so. I mean, we got
did
to see
catch
it
it,
test.
yeah.
We caught it on the way out because we waited, 30, 40 minutes for Hagrid's or whatever. And so as we're leaving, the park is empty, and so that's the perfect time to send test
course.
trains. And so we did get to see it, but it was just very funny.
It
in the
was
moment.
literally like if you were sitting on a slot machine all night and getting nothing, and then like the moment you walk away, like someone gets the jackpot. Like that's what it felt like. I was like, really? Like, could I be any more unlucky if I tried? No. And I blame you entirely, Taylor.
Yay.
Did you say yay?
Yeah.
Wow.
We have
about
just a
that?
great relationship, don't we?
What about future trips? Have you got any trips planned for the next few, I don't know, months?
Well, we can't.
Well-
It's really hard to plan anything right now because
course.
we're like afraid we're gonna plan something and then find out that like Iron Gwazi's opening up, and
Right.
then we're gonna have
Yeah.
to cancel the trip because like you know
Yeah.
RMC doc and we're
So,
friends
yeah,
with
so
the family. It's priority.
Right. So the big things are like obviously the big three opening up in Florida, but we still have a couple things to shoot for the RMC documentary. We've done the majority of filming, but there's a few things that we need, and so the goal is to have all of that wrapped up by June at the latest, and then we'll officially be done filming. And so hopefully we can shoot for a release later this year. So.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
But
Yeah.
other than that, I mean, like I'm planning on obviously like whenever Pantheon opens up, like I'm gonna go, stay
yeah.
with you in Virginia, and then we'll go to New Jersey and stay with my family for Jersey Devil. But like that's nothing. We can't really plan around anything right now until we have like hard dates. But the only thing like that we've talked about like potentially doing in like the near future would be going to Six Flags Mexico if it opens up like in the fall maybe. That's the only thing that we've like talked about besides like ride openings. Essentially.
Neither of us have been to Six Flags Mexico. I've never been to Mexico, period.
Me neither.
So, yeah, so
you
that's definitely up there for me. That's one of the last. I've only not been to, I think, probably two Six Flags parks. I think Great Escape and Six Flags Mexico. Oh, well, and Frontier City, now that that's a thing. So
yeah.
I'm still trying to knock out all of those, and so Six Flags Mexico looks far more interesting than Frontier City and Great Escape.
What
so
else do they
Yeah.
have at Six Flags Mexico except for Medusa?
Superman is a big Morgan hypercoaster.
Right.
Everyone who goes there actually says that that's the best ride there, which is
Ooh.
interesting. I'm intrigued, certainly. I've also heard it's a gorgeous park. I've heard amazing things about it, and that it's also pretty cheap in the grand scheme of things, that you could get like a fast pass there for less than half the price of what it would cost at a normal amusement park.
Yeah.
So everything that I've heard about Six Flags Mexico just seems amazing. And, in a time of COVID where international travel isn't really possible, Mexico is one of the few places that actually never shut down to Americans. And I feel like, once we kind of get past the spring and into summer a bit, hopefully we'll be at a point where it's like, okay, I feel like doing Mexico is a good, safe stepping stone into easing back into international travel.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was also part of the mindset because, like, obviously I'd love to try and make Europe happen, but right now that just does not even seem feasible.
No, it would be an absolute mess to try to plan.
For sure.
It's just
We're
not
kind
even
of
worth
having
it
a
right
moment
now.
over here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Mexico is definitely on the radar. I really want some like good tacos, like good
Oh,
good
tacos.
tacos.
Wow.
Like I plan on like not ever wanting to eat another taco again after Mexico because I will have eaten that many tacos.
Fair enough.
Or after you get back, you only want to eat tacos.
That means I hadn't eaten enough tacos then in Mexico.
No, but it's like it's like you. I don't know, because it reminds you of it.
Just
You
give up,
know?
Taylor.
Just give
Like
up.
after
honey,
I got back
this
from
is-
Japan, I was like, I want to eat a lot of Asian food now.
This is one of those times where you just stop.
Wow.
And just because you said that, I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, everyone, you can tune out now for a minute.
Okay, let's do the last question, which I'm sure Taylor's very excited for. If you had
Oh,
to
my
pick
answer was so good.
one coaster to be your last ride ever, what would it be?
Oh my
So like
god.
you die the moment it's over.
Like I die on
He loves
the
that
ride.
No, not on the ride.
No. You
get
finish.
off.
You finish the ride, and then you die.
You step out.
And
of
I just
the-
like we literally pull into the station and then I am a dead person.
So like imagine Space Mountain, and your dad is carrying you over the
Yeah.
shoulder.
No, I
Wait,
would-
Sarah already did this. That's it. It's Space
yeah,
Mountain.
there you go. I already died and I got off
Her
roller
life
coaster.
cycle is now complete. Everything comes full circle.
Yeah. I mean, for like the sheer like hilarity of it, like it would be dope for that to happen on Space Mountain and for my father to be there to like actually carry me out. Like, oh, she's really dead this time, guys. Like, I ain't kidding.
Wow.
Like, it was a joke the first time, but yeah,
Oh
she
my
dead now.
God.
She dead. Like, I don't think any answer that I could give would be better than that. So I don't think I'm gonna say
Oh,
it.
come
that
on,
is
come on.
good.
You got to give a proper answer. That's a good one.
think I
That is
win.
good. So my answer, Sarah, was a rollback on Top Thrill Dragster.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my god, you're
So-
so dumb. You're so dumb.
So, no, because it's 2 rides in one. Because they relaunch you after that. But like I've always wanted a rollback. So you launch, you get the rollback. They have to send it again. You go all the way over, and then you die. Like what better way to go out than that?
I can think of a lot
Or
of ways.
or
but
we could be
okay.
like Marcus LaShock and get 2 back-to-back rollbacks.
Wow.
I don't think we'll ever be that lucky.
I know that freaking
Stupid Marcus
So
LaShock.
stupid Marcus. I'm so jealous.
I don't even think a rollback on Dragster would be that good. I don't know.
Oh no, I think it'd be awesome.
Really?
It'd be dope.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how. it would
That
feel.
okay, so there you go. There was a moment when I was younger and I always said that I wanted that to happen, and all my friends were like, "You're insane! Like that's so scary." I'm like, "No, guys, it's two rides in one," and that's where you separate like the enthusiast from regular people.
Like, okay, the actual experience might be
Wow.
okay, but here's the reason why it would be so cool is because you don't know that it's coming. And so I think that's why it's because it's like the surprise factor. So like I wouldn't want to know that I was about to
Right,
get a
I
rollback
see.
right
So it's
before
like
it
a
happens. Because then
bonus.
I would anticipate it.
Yeah.
The reason why it works so well is because you crest over the top and you have that moment where you realize you're not gonna make it over.
Yeah.
That is what was that's what gets you all crazy.
Where
'cause,
would you sit?
I mean, that's what happened
you sit in the front
when
or
I
the back?
got on Volcano. Is you start to crest over and you're like, oh my gosh, we're not gonna make it.
Well, yeah,
But
well,
made
now you know that if that ever happens, like you're gonna be a dead person. Like
It's true.
You know that, right?
You're
So
gonna
like
die
if you
as soon
start
as
to
you
feel a
get
rollback happening, you're like, oh, I get one more shot at this, and then I'm
this is
dead.
it. This is it. This is my last ride ever.
I'll make
What-
sure of it.
what seat would you want to experience the rollback in? The front or the
Okay,
back?
but like dying at Cedar Point wouldn't even be that bad. Like obviously it sucked for the reputation and all, but like to be able to say, yeah, last place I ever went was Cedar Point, you know, I'm content with that.
Are
There
you?
you go.
Are you really?
It's not, yeah. I don't know how I'd die. Probably because I tripped and fell or something. But like, I mean,
Knowing you,
yeah,
it'd be something
lame.
stupid.
So, it'd be something so stupid.
Yeah, people would be like wanting this like crazy story. Like I'm doing a vlog about like how you died, And I'm like, okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you the story of how Taylor died at Cedar Point.
I love how like just straight
It'll
you
be
said
like
that. You said
episode
I'm
from
doing a vlog.
SpongeBob where he's like, he ran outside and slipped down an ice cube.
Yeah, exactly like that. And people are like, it's total clickbait. And I'm like, yeah, he like tripped and fell and like smashed his face on the ground and like it just hit the wrong way and now he's dead. And I'm taking over.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. That's it.
There you have it,
Oh
folks.
dear. That's it. That's the one.
What a journey this past hour and a bit has been.
You'll never forget it. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
My
Okay,
stomach
Thanks
hurts.
for having us on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you too.
And I apologize. And Dan, if you're still listening, I still love you. Take a shot, guys.
Wow. You've killed
For
like,
me.
you've killed at least 5 people.
Yeah.
I don't know how many because we don't really know how many people listen
Yeah,
to
we have
this
no idea.
anyway. So probably 5 or so. I don't know.
5
Oh
or
my
so.
Sounds reasonable.
People who are actually playing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
no,
going to go back and listen to it and play.
oh, no.
Stop.
Taylor's going to get a really drunk phone call from me in a couple of days. Like, hey, did you know I love Dan? Oh, there's one more. One more. I'm done. Okay, you guys can go now. I'm sorry.
Anyway, yes. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
Is that a sincere thank you?
It is.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
It's been a blast.
I only give out sincere thank you.
Oh, I'm never going to get asked back. Anyway.
You guys need to plug your stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on? Twitter.
Wait, what?
What's your
Plug your stuff.
handles?
Plug my
Your
stuff.
Instagram. Your Twitter.
Well, okay, my Twitter is Midway Mayhem Fan. If you're not hip to that. My Instagram, okay, my Instagram is really hard to plug because it's like my name, but like spelled really weird.
One of those
like-
people.
Well, because my name is so common, it's hard. I gotta change it to something else so I can actually plug it. Because it's like, okay, it's like SARAAHH Nicole. So like, how do I plug that ever without spelling?
Sarah.
Sarah! Exactly.
There you go.
And then obviously you guys gotta subscribe to Costa Studios if you aren't
Yeah, that's
already.
where all the vlogs go that we're both in. And yeah, Coast Studios is also on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. So yeah, please give us a follow.
It's
Yeah,
everywhere.
and then
Can't get rid
if
of
you
it.
want to see the content that that I was talking about that Scott and I have been filming, obviously subscribe to Coaster Force. A lot of good stuff on there. Best spot for POVs if you ask me. Maybe a little biased.
That's a fact, actually. So.
Okay, then it's not biased. It's just true.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think Sarah's got some videos to go and find on YouTube
Yes.
now.
Yeah, please do watch.
Oh my god, I literally forgot about that. I'm so
well, I
excited.
expect a message
Guys.
after.
Taylor, I'll
Seriously,
text you with my feelings afterward.
Please don't.
Please,
Okay.
yo, text the whole group, man.
Yeah, we need to know.
Yeah, definitely.
He's like going through and blocking me on everything so he doesn't have to hear about it.
And that was the end of Sailor.